never seen rubies this big before. They are as big as the palm of my hand. You have never in your life seen a ruby that big.
I would not trust those rubies
Yeah,
if they
no.
haven't been looted yet.
Mhm.
I'll definitely search for traps.
On the door? Yep.
Yeah.
Percentile roll?
50. 59.
You're fairly sure there are no traps on this door.
Okay. It's all clear.
Famous
Thorm?
last words. I'll
Or
open the door.
Thorm. Okay, Thorm, you open the door, and it's a pull ring door, and it opens into the room. It opens away from you
Okay.
into a weird shaped room.
Oh boy.
I don't even know how to describe this.
Yeah. Good luck, Mike.
The best way would say, okay, the south wall of this room is immediately on your right as you look in the door, and it goes 20 feet long. So it's 20 feet running due east, and then it turns south.
And this is the northwest door, or is this the
Northeast.
Northeast door.
northeast door? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine that trapped between the throne room and the corridor all the way back to the lightning is a 10-foot north-south, 20-foot east-west rectangle trapped by this room.
And that room with the to the north of that was the room that had the traffic to the center of the room. Possibly?
That room that had the traffic to the center of the room is due east of you.
East. Yeah, I got my maps a little
Okay.
wingy, but that's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry
Okay,
about
yeah. Due east of you is the end east wall of this room. Okay. So
because the other one is in the door.
from the doorway that you have just opened, the door you've just opened, there is an east wall 30 feet away from you, and it runs south out of your sight. Okay. So it looks like the room that you're looking into has a little 10-foot wide dog leg that is either a blind alcove touching the wall of the corridor,
Of the
or
corridor.
there's a secret door there connecting to the corridor. One of the two.
Okay.
The other part of this room is really weird. Both it doesn't have a north wall. It has a northwest wall running at an angle, northeast from the corner of the throne room, and it has a northwest wall. A northeast wall running at an angle to the northwest to form an open triangle, so that instead of having a flat north wall, it's got what almost forms a prow, but it stops with a 10-foot gap between them.
Okay.
And
I like what you did with your hands. I can visualize that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, and where that prow ends, on the west side is a doorway, an opening, an archway, and the wall would continue for another 5 feet if the archway wasn't in it. And on the east side, that wall that went up then doubles back like this
Okay.
to form a prow. And in that prow, you see lots of holes in the walls, like firing ports
Oh.
on both bits of that triangle. There is a triangle facing due west formed by the top of this room, and it has firing ports in it. And then this is like a bugger to describe, but the wall that you saw is dead ahead of the door you opened, the east wall of this new room. If you went due north from that wall through the prow and came out the other side, it would form the east wall of a corridor 10 feet wide running straight north. And that corridor also intersects with the triangular top of the room you're in. So there's a corridor stretching off into the distance, and this corridor is lined on both sides with many, many, many motionless statues. Dun dun dun.
That ain't ominous at all.
Let's go to another door.
He slowly closes the door.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, just go and close
Let's go
that.
back and open up the X door.
Because
I'm just thinking,
every hallway lined with statues in Undermountain went well. So,
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
this should be fine.
Yeah.
None of them animated at all, I don't think, did they?
No.
You would never
Except
use
for
the
that
same
one
trick more than
statue.
once.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I
He'd
do think
usually
we should
put
actually
a-
eventually go back to that X room, but
Yeah, I agree.
Oh dear, I love it. Okay, so which door? The throne room has 4 doors. You came in one, you've opened another and looked through it and gone, "Oh my God!" at the mapping, and closed the door again because of the ominous statues. Very
And
wise
the
of you.
arrow slits.
Yeah,
murder
the arrow
holes.
slits. Oh yes, Yeah. Good idea to close the door.
Yeah.
Now you have 2 other doors in the room with a throne in between them, up on a raised platform. Which door would you like to try?
One of y'all take the lead, but I will check it. I don't mind checking it, but you tell me which one you want me. Wait a minute. We were supposed to go counterclockwise anyway.
Yeah, we'll continue counterclockwise.
Okay.
So you're going to the western door.
Northwestern.
door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to that door and you're checking it. Percentile roll.
That is a 58.
Okay. And you are fairly sure there are no traps in this door.
Fairly sure.
Open it up.
All right.
Pull
Pretty
ring
He said
opens,
pretty sure.
opens away from you this time
Oh, okay.
into the room, and it opens. It is hinged to open and swing over to your left, and it is hinged that way because it opens into a 20 by 20 room. And the door you're opening is in the southernmost 10 feet of the east wall. And therefore, the door is swinging open to run along the south wall. And there is only one other door visible in the room. It is in the westernmost 10 feet of the north wall. So 20 by 20 room, door diagonally across the room from you. This room seems empty. Nothing on the ceiling, nothing on the floor, which are both smooth stone, but mortared, except for the south wall, which seems to be solid bedrock. And this room seems empty.
Should we check the other door or should we go through this one?
Check the other door, I'd say.
Check the other door.
All right.
Okay,
I'll
so
check the other door.
back
You're
down
gonna
to the other door of the throne room, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Well,
Check percentile roll.
73.
Ooh, you're absolutely certain there's no traps on this door.
I too have seen pitch black. Looks clear.
And you're opening the door, and this time it swings to your left again. And wow, you're looking into a 30 by 30 room. Your door is in the center of the east wall. You see no other doors in this room, and the walls, floor, and ceiling in this room are scorched with soot all over. Some huge fire burned in this room, or there was a fireball or some other magical explosion of fire that went off in this room.
So we're guessing 30 by 30.
Yeah.
So the throne would be, there's a space between the 2 rooms, the one to the north and this one.
Yep.
So is the throne in front of the section behind that we don't know what's in the middle?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. So
Okay,
maybe that-
there is one thing in this room, this scorched room. A dagger circles endlessly in midair, flying point inwards in a vertical path that makes it look like the seconds hand of an invisible clock, whirling clockwise in silence. So, I'm not where I can reach all my knives at the moment. They are literally out of. So I'm going to have to pretend with this magnifying glass that this is a dagger, and that's the point, and that's the hilt, the pommel. Okay? It's doing this. What is clockwise for you guys? This way. It's endlessly doing this in midair with its point staying in the same spot. It's doing this. Okay? And it's on a vertical plane in midair at about human head level or human throat level. And it's silent and it's moving by itself and it's never changing its rate of, it's just going.
Does it do a full rotation?
Yes, all the way around, clockwise.
What's it look like?
Looks like a dagger. Looks like a very finely made metal dagger.
Or a
Completely
timer
metal dagger. Yes, it could be a timer. Yes.
for the big fireball that just blew up in this room that we didn't see, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I would not go into that room. Maybe we could throw Bernie in, see what happens.
Well, did we feel heat when we opened the door? Did any
No,
heat come out of the
no
room?
heat. No
The
heat.
smell or
No smell.
Well, that's ominous.
Man, I could try.
Did you say a 30 by 30 room?
No. I've
Yes.
got a marble I can throw at it and see what happens.
What do you?
I'm not. I have a marble I can throw at it.
Okay. You gonna?
What do you think,
that?
guys? Want me to throw a marble?
I mean, sure. Why
See what
not?
see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna not be in the room.
Okay. Now, Simbrel, this is an
Yes.
easy throw for you.
Okay.
Are you going to try and hit the dagger with the marble, or just throw the dagger? Throw the marble so it goes right through the hole where the point of the dagger circles.
I'm doing that first, seeing what happens, and then actually hitting the dagger,
Okay.
depending on the results of the first throw.
Okay. You are a procurer, a veteran procurer, and this is an easy throw, like 10 foot. So
Mm-hmm.
you can throw a marble through that hole, and it goes
Okay.
through, and nothing happens, except the
Okay.
marble hits the far wall and rolls to a stop. The
Okay.
dagger continues to circle.
Okay.
Tap Mascar on the shoulder, and as you like, we've been adventured for quite a while, and I just say, when you cast those big explosive fire spells, what's the radius of them?
Well, in my grandfather's day, going from memory here for first edition, which is really lame. I thought it was a 30-foot radius, but I could be misremembering.
I believe you're right.
Just wondering
That
if
sounds
there was
about
enough
right.
room to kind of
Do I
safely
think-
kind of stand to the side or whatever in case one goes off.
What do I think, Ed? Do I think there's enough room or not?
What, for fireball?
Yeah.
To safely, like if we kind of went into the room and put our backs to the wall and
There's
scooched,
always enough room for a fireball.
I'm thinking to stay out of the way of a fireball. Maybe.
If you are in that room, there's no way you're avoiding a fireball.
Okay.
If you're out in the throne room, you could easily stand in the entrance to the throne room where the doors are smashed down and all over the floor. And if the door is propped open or stays open by itself, you could easily cast a fireball into that scorched room and not be caught by it. Particularly if the rest of the party is to the east of you along that corridor. If I were you, I'd cast the fireball and then run east along the corridor, and the rest of the party should be well east of you to give you room to run.
First edition fireballs, 20-foot radius.
20 foot. Okay. I just thought like it was a timer. Like if we went into the room, it may have started a timer, and if we kind of scooched to the side of it, if assuming the center was I guess 20-foot radius, it would take us in anyway. Right.
The center cannot hold.
Right. Never mind. Scratch that.
Okay. Well, I grabbed the marble
Yeah.
that I threw.
Yeah. But
And
no, you can't get to it unless you enter the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say the dagger had no reaction to.
oh well, I have a whole bag of marbles.
So you're gonna take the next marble. Yeah, in the bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I toss it to where I want it to hit the dagger. If anything, as much to the dead center of it as possible.
Okay. You throw your marble. You hit the dagger. It vanishes. And then a 10-foot cube right in the center of the room where the dagger was fills with many, many, many spinning daggers. Spinning and whirling, spinning and whirling. It's like a cloud of daggers. But they never stray out of that 10-foot cube.
And you said they're spinning like the first one?
Yeah. Except
But chaotically all around, right?
It would
Yeah,
eviscerate
all
anybody
around,
within
yes.
that.
yeah, they would dice anybody in that 10-foot cube. Whereas the original dagger was point inwards. It was just rotating around its point. These
It
are
was-
going every which way. And
That
they're
makes
clashing
sense.
off. Yeah, they're clashing
Somebody
off.
goes in to grab the dagger, and they get
Yeah.
surrounded with this force cube, and then they get frapped.
Frappe.
Well, I'm glad I had a bag of marbles.
Frappe.
Slap chop!
Okay, so something obviously is important in here. Otherwise, why?
Let's go beyond.
Can I try something or ask for help with something? Can I drag or get somebody to help me drag one of those doors that have fallen in, drag it up to the dais,
Mm-hmm.
lay it on an angle so that we can go up, and maybe I'd like to put it on such an angle that I can go up the dais without touching the stairs and peering behind the throne, and maybe there's a secret door behind the throne. Is there enough room behind
yeah.
the throne to?
Oh, yeah. A human being can easily walk behind the throne. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna
Interesting.
put the broken double door.
Yeah, just so that
Up the
my
steps,
feet
like a
aren't
bridge.
touching
Yep.
the steps.
Okay?
I rolled a
do that?
74, so that may not be.
No, that's
may not
fine.
do it, but
So you climb the ramp of the door.
Yeah.
And you get up on the dais right beside the throne.
trying not to actually touch the throne. I'm
Yes.
just mainly trying to look behind it to see if I can
Yep.
see any obvious signs of a secret door.
You can't see any obvious signs, but if you were in the secret door business, this is where you'd put one. So
Okay.
the king or whoever sits on that throne can sort of come through the wall and be sitting on the throne, just
Okay.
like that. Yeah, you're gonna.
Can I safely get behind it without touching
Yep.
the throne or the dais?
Yep.
Okay, that's what
If you're careful as to where you move.
I will be
Yeah.
intentional with my steps.
Yep.
Where I'm
Mhm.
placing my hands.
So it's sort of like slow dancing. Okay. Okay. So you're right behind the throne. You're facing away from the throne. You're facing the wall, and you're peering intently at the wall.
Looking for secret doors there.
Oh, and this is pretty easy because one of the seams there's a between the mortar blocks here is wide enough to stick two fingers into, one above
Okay.
the other. Are you going to do that?
Of course I am.
You stick
Tell
your
my mother I love her.
Yeah. Stick your fingers in and they get bitten off. No, you stick your fingers in and you hear this click, and a slightly narrower than normal door width rectangle of wall goes click, and one side of it, the left side, stands proud about an inch out from the wall. So, it's the edge of a door.
Okay. Do I have enough space between, again, without touching the throne
Hmm.
or anything? Do I have enough
Mhm.
space to move the door aside?
Oh yeah.
I do that, and I let the party know what I found before I go in. And in fact, I hop out onto the door and back down the dais and say that you've got a secret door there.
Hmm. Nice. The door does not shut. It stays just as you left it.
Perfect.
So secret throne door, or do we go past around the swirling daggers, past the trap that we already set off, and explore further there?
I like the throne door idea.
Well, you opened it, so that makes sense. Okay, let's do it.
Who's in the lead?
Marching
Standard
order?
party
I'll go
order?
in. I have no problems going in. I just want
Okay.
I'll go behind.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem going in.
Okay. So you enter.
Simbril, do you? I don't want to step on your toes. Do you want me to go in, or
Oh,
I
you're
think
muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. No, I don't mind you taking the lead on this one.
Okay.
It's all good.
Daggers drawn, moving slowly. I'll go in.
Okay. You go in. And you find yourself in a 10-foot wide corridor that is in line with the long corridor from the lightning.
Okay.
But it is its floor is a smooth ramp going down. All it's doing is giving back the height that the dais had.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And it's going back to the same level.
Okay.
There's nothing on the ceiling. There's nothing on the floor. On the walls, there are marks as if there were once rows of paintings on both sides of this corridor that have been taken away long ago. This is a 30-foot long corridor running straight west.
Okay.
Into a T-junction occupying the 40th foot is a T-junction with a 10-foot wide north-south corridor. In other words, it goes 30 feet. In other words, it wraps around that room that had the dagger in it.
Right.
And it goes. The corridor goes to the side. The corridor it intersects with goes 20 feet to the south, and then doglegs to the west again. So it's 30th foot. It's going to the west. You can't see where yet.
Does it have?
Hmm?
Sorry. Go ahead. I
No.
interrupted you.
No. Go ahead.
Isn't there a door that's leaving the southern? So we don't see a door.
No.
Okay.
No. And then the same T-junction north-south corridor goes north for 10 feet, and then it opens out into a space. And I will just tell you what's in that space. Okay. After the corridor goes north 10 feet from its junction with the ramp behind the throne,
Mhm.
it forms a 20 by 20 room by
Okay.
going back 10 feet to the east, then north for 20 feet, then west for 20 feet, and then back down. So it's sort of like
Okay.
the corridor becomes a dumbbell end.
Yep.
And in that dumbbell end, there are shelves all the way along the walls, wooden shelves. And it looks like a pantry. Underneath the shelves are bins of potatoes and bins with straw in them. There's shelves holding jars and crocks of pickles and the like. There are kegs of ale. There are casks of what presumably are salt fish by the markings on the outside, because people tend to use torches to scorch a crude fish on the outside. of the same sort in our real world, Christian people put a fish outline
Mhm.
on their bumpers and so on. Same thing.
Okay.
Only the guys in the realms don't care if they start to fill in that middle bit because they're just trying to give you a fish outline. And in the middle of all this is a giant cask that somebody's cut and taken away the top 2/3 of. So the bottom is like a giant open basin or sitz bath or fountain bath. And stuck up behind it is a hand pump. So if you crank the pump with your hand, you will be pumping water into this big open thing. And that's indeed what's there. There's water there. There's also a ladder leaning against the wall. There's a metal stand with an unlit but full oil lanterns sitting on it. There's also 2 tinder and flint striker boxes, spare wicks. And then there's some carry crocks, and whereas you take an open top crock and you knot a mesh bag around it so you can hold the handles of the mesh bag and carry the crock with its top open. And there's a large cooking pot, empty, just a pot sitting there. So this looks like a pantry or a storage area.
So you said there's bins of potatoes, right?
Yep.
And
there's another bin with straw, just full of, heap with straw. You don't know if there's anything under it.
can I just peer into one of the bins of potatoes? Do they have like the long white roots and stuff growing off? I'm just basically trying to discern if they've been here for a while or
They have
they're
not.
fresh.
They're
Okay.
they're fresh.
What's under the straw? If I lift some of it up,
Strawberries. There are
I'm a-
strawberries. Yep. Oh, you're gonna haha. Could I have a D20 roll, please?
yeah, I knew it. 2.
This is the
Wow.
best strawberry you've ever had in your life. An explosion, a small orgasm of sweetness.
Oh, you said explosion. I was thinking delayed blast fireball, Ruby.
Oh God.
Molotov.
Oh boy, you got to get ahead in the world. No. It's just a very nice strawberry. You love it. It's like you can't get enough. Do you want to eat another one?
No, we're busy right now.
Okay. But that is seriously the best strawberry you've ever tasted. And there's more in under there. You saw it when you lifted the straw.
So this looks like there's way too much food to feed 5 guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's to feed 5 guys for 3 months. Yeah,
But
but
it's
yeah.
fresh.
it's
so-
fresh and there's a lot of it. Yes.
Yeah.
And we were told that the mind flayers were seen picking berries and such. So
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, the mind flayers would not have been picking strawberries
oh,
because
okay.
there would not be any strawberries. There would be wild raspberries, which are much smaller, darker, and tartar. But up where they were, up in the Stonelands, there'd be no strawberries. Nothing
Okay.
growing wild at strawberries. These
Okay.
strawberries have been cultivated and watered. That's how come they're that big and juicy.
So as a ranger, I would probably like glom onto that.
Oh yeah, you'd know that
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
You'd
okay.
go, oh, these are commercial strawberries.
Gotcha.
What Bralagar was saying earlier, I wonder if these doppelgangers are just posing as illithids just to keep people away, and they're the only bad guys in here.
But their
Oh.
behavior doesn't really make sense. If you want to be scary, why would you just like lean over a fence and stare at your house and cry? Like
Yeah,
That's-
there's definitely something.
it's very strange.
I can never say that I remember hearing anything about illithids, mind flayers eating fruit.
right.
No.
But what about doppelgangers? What do they eat? I mean, I know they're strange creatures, probably not of this plane.
From what you know of doppelgangers, because the Baron's blades have been active in the realms as adventurers for a long time,
Yeah.
doppelgangers seem to be very much like humans. I mean,
Omnivores.
meat, omnivores, yeah, but yeah, They'll eat anything that is.
Their diet is relative to the shape that they take. Is that not correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But they can tolerate anything because of that, because they shift shape. The one thing that is going to give them the runs, if they start eating lots of gravel, their body's going to want to get rid of it.
Hmm.
Other than that,
Good to know.
This really doesn't make sense with the amount of sheep that have been disappearing, people disappearing. Like, why take the sheep?
Meat.
True, but I mean, you'd still get some sort of remnants of it's been eaten somewhere. We haven't smelled anything distasteful, that anything decaying. We haven't seen wool, hair, bones. We
Well,
haven't
this is a
seen
very
any of
big
that.
place.
Well, the deeper we're getting, we're definitely seeing more signs of life. So maybe we haven't found the,
True,
where
but
they
we're seeing
butcher.
more like humanoid life,
Yeah.
not really
Yeah.
anything that would suggest something bloodthirsty that would take a whole sheep and
Hmm.
like, where would they go unless, I mean, where would these things be unless they're being eaten? But we haven't seen anything that suggests that so far. And we haven't seen any animal droppings or any of that. So are they alive or dead? What would be the purpose of that?
I assume
There's just too much humanoid stuff going on here. Clothes, shoes, the food. So why take the sheep? Where would the sheep be? No evidence of sheep?
I guess it's
I don't know.
TBD.
right.
Maybe just keep going west. That seems to be like deeper in, the more answers we're finding, or maybe the more questions we're finding. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I'm just putting
Up
it
to you
out
guys.
there that it's just kind of strange that so far we haven't smelled anything foul, yet there's no evidence of the disappearance of livestock, yet let alone the people that have gone missing with them. It's almost like this is more like a hideout,
Oh, definitely a hideout.
but
Well, I would say,
I'm not sure both are related, is what I'm getting
I would
at.
say the Baron's Blades would know that the people that we're after don't habitate here. This is just where they're hiding. This place that we're in now has been here a long, long time and has its own history separate from what we're here to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what do you guys think? Keep going west?
I'd say push forward.
Well, yeah,
Keep going, let's
definitely keep going. I'm just pointing out that it's just, I'm not sure if the two are still related or.
I think this is I think this is circumstantial based on the mission given,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that there's more to be revealed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just getting really intriguing. Really,
Sure.
yeah. So, okay. Keep going.
Ed, check your messages.
Check my messages. In chat, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hang on a sec. I just have to do a thing, and then I have to do a thing, and then I have to figure out how to open this chat window again, because I don't have enough real estate on this giant monitor. Um,
It'll float around. You don't have to get rid of it.
yeah. I see. I see your point. Yeah, the problem is I would then somehow have to get it to you. How can I do that? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't.
Fair enough. It was just an ask. That's all.
Yeah. That's a great idea. But in this particular case, I don't have something that is suitable. No, I have nothing that's suitable. Okay. So, So, where do you want to go and what do you want to do from now? From where you are now?
Keep going west, south and west,
Yeah,
around that.
I'd say we
elbow.
push on west.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's.
I'm good with that.
Okay, to go
Sure.
west from where you are now, the only way to do it, assuming you don't want to start mining solid walls, is to go south along that corridor
Yeah.
and then it doglegs just 10 feet to the west, and then it continues south again. So right in line with the south wall of the room with the dagger in it, the whirling dagger in it.
Yeah.
This
Mhm.
corridor goes west 10 feet, and then it goes immediately south again, and it runs. God, my eyes are getting bad. Don't get old, folks.
I'll try.
Too late.
Yeah. Okay, not counting the dog leg, not counting that first 10 feet of the dog leg. It goes 60 feet to the south, due south, and then it opens out into another room. Do you want to proceed?
Yes.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Onward.
Okay, so there's the dog leg and then a 60-foot run due south, and then it opens out into a 30 by 30 room. Your corridor that you are following enters the center 10-foot section of the north wall of this room with no doorway. Sorry, no door, just an archway or doorway. And there is a closed, featureless stone door immediately across the room in the central 10-foot section of the south wall. There are no other doors visible in the room. There's no person visible in the room. What there is a stout wooden table with 8 matching wooden chairs drawn up around it, and a full but unlit oil lantern standing on it.
Are the chairs all like tucked in nicely and
Yes, they're tucked in nicely.
Gonna search?
Where would you search?
I guess, I don't mean to be vague, but probably just cautiously, just around the dining table. I mean,
Okay,
I would suggest maybe one of you go towards the center of the dining area, and then the other go around the outskirts of the room.
I'll do the outskirts.
okay. Where are you
Okay.
going?
I'll do the outskirts.
Okay, I'll go to the center.
hmm
Percentile, right?
Mhm.
That's some 60, 69.
okay. You're certain there are no traps here? Certain, absolutely certain.
Se- 79 for.
And you feel good about it.
Secret doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, okay. You don't think there are any secret doors. You're not sure, but you don't think there are secret doors. Okay. There is Simbrel, you immediately think, okay, I'm going to check the underside of this table because the dresser before, and if you've ever seen an accountant's ledger of the old
Mhm.
school, so
Mhm.
about yay wide, about yay tall, and about this thick, there's a flat wooden coffer or box about that size that is affixed to the underside of the table. So it's like screwed into the table, nailed into the table, whatever.
Well.
It's part of the
Okay.
table, and it has a drawer, a shallow pull-out drawer in this in the coffer, as in one end of the coffer you can pull out, and there's a
Okay.
shallow drawer. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, but I'd rather check around it and make sure that something isn't gonna bite me.
nice?
Okay. Could I have a D20? No. Could I have a percentile roll, please?
Sure. We got 37.
You are certain there's nothing here that could help hurt you, and you're going to use the a typical thieves trick of drawing your picks and tools or 2 daggers and using them to like a scissor on the handle of the drawer, so you're not touching the drawer with your hand, and
Okay.
you're sufficiently far away that poison needles or something can't jab you,
Okay.
because that's the favorite trick with a coffer thingy. You put your hand on the thing and a poison needle inside it goes poink.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so you tease the thing open. Nothing leaps out of it. What you see filling the drawer are 4 rolled up cylinders of new parchment in good condition,
Oh,
held tightly. They're held as tight rolls by leather sleeves that are around their midsections.
All right, I'm going to carefully pull out the whole drawer if I can,
Yeah, you can. It comes right out.
and tell everybody I'm not going to touch the parchments inside, but I'm going to set it on top of the table and guys, come look at this. So I draw everybody around, have a look.
Do they seem magical?
Does
Ooh.
anybody have to detect magic?
yeah, that
I
would be
do.
the next. That would be the next one to cast.
Somebody casting detect magic.
Sure, I'll detect. I have detect magic.
Okay. Go ahead.
I cast it.
And all 4 of these parchment cylinders, these rolled up scrolls, are magical.
Nice.
I think it's all you, Zond. Well, what are they?
No, that's not my. That's above my pay grade.
That's for you magic users to figure it
Yeah.
out.
That's right. Well, detect magic. Do want to tell me the schools and stuff here pretty soon?
Well,
After a
if there's
certain amount of
scrolls,
time.
try and read them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first edition. I think you just try to read the scrolls.
Just try to read the scroll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just read it.
I mean, I'll take a look.
Okay, well,
Boom.
Mascar, Mascar, you see holy symbols written across the top, bracketing the title. The first one says "Cure Serious Wounds."
I hand it to the priest.
There you go.
The second one, are you going to keep going?
We
Yes.
keep going. Yeah.
The second one says "Cure Serious Wounds."
Hey.
I hand it to the priest.
The third one also has holy
You need
symbols.
your coffee?
I hand
And-
it to the priest.
Okay, which priest are we handling to? Braligar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Braligar. This third one says positive energy aura.
Okay.
So it's a
And-
new age scroll.
Yeah, it's a new age scroll. And there's a fourth scroll. And it says Baelor Nimbus.
Baelor Nimbus.
Does that sound familiar?
Does it have holy symbols or not?
Yeah, it does.
I hand it to the priest.
So does the positive energy aura scroll come with Anya music as well? When you
No.
you want
No.
to cast that before you summon the Baelor. Of course, that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, if we get in a lot of trouble, well, I assume the Baelor Nimbus is a spell that seems like it would be very difficult for me to cast when I look at it. Or maybe not.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Cure Sirius is 3rd level.
Yeah.
Positive energy aura and Baelor Nimbus are both 4th level.
Okay.
Baylor Nimbus better get cast before this ends.
You didn't actually say holy symbols on the Baylor Nimbus. Is it holy or unholy?
I mean, that's a good question.
They are the symbols are general holy symbols. They're not specific to a deity. There are general holy symbols are of 2 sorts. The holy symbol for the altar, meaning sanctified place, was just a side view of a stylized altar. In the same way that if you play the Monopoly game, the little plastic houses are idealized or simplified representations of a house. And there is also a symbol which is sort of like a flame going up, like this, which just means holy power or holy radiance or visible holy power being given off. And those are the 2 holy symbols that are bracketing all of these. titles. So,
Tom, did you look it up?
unholy.
Well, I saw third edition versions of the spells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do the scrolls seem ancient, like or old or fresh? Because
No,
we've
they're
only
new.
heard about.
No, new parchment in good condition.
Okay, we only know
And-
about a wizard, not any kind of.
And the leather sleeves that are holding them shut, that's recently dyed and tooled leather, not ancient dry cracking.
Didn't they say something about the Zents though? Early on, and we would know that the Zentarum are who leads the Zentarum, right? They have high level priests and stuff.
I would assume so.
Well, and that made me think actually before when they said that they might be rogue Zents. I mean, for worshippers of Bane,
Yeah,
I don't see. I wouldn't imagine you have too many rogue Zents.
is Bane back in 1384?
Yes.
He's back now.
I don't
'Cause
think
out
so.
of
I
the
hope
time
so.
of Troubles.
In
Oh,
1384, no, I don't think so.
No.
The time of troubles happened. Oh,
Yeah, no, Bane
Well,
is
this is
back after
past Time of Troubles.
1372.
Oh, he is?
Okay, so
Yeah,
he is-
because
Yeah.
he replaced his son or whatever. The
Yes.
No,
Zim.
Zabim.
Yes,
Zim for the win.
Zim.
yes.
Yeah.
Didn't he
Zim
re-enter the
from-
realms by pulling himself through the body of?
Yes, son.
Vim.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he's back.
okay. This isn't getting any better. Pre
Wow.
spells and
Maybe we should go east instead of west.
yeah.
Well, that was just the middle of the room, guys. There's still plenty left in this.
Yeah.
Would you say the room was 30 by 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's probably still more to look at in here. This is probably one of the first rooms that we've had in a while that has actual things in it.
Yeah.
And if they knew we were heading this way, they might have absconded with the scrolls. The fact they are there kind of bodes well for them not knowing exactly where we are at the moment.
Okay, there's nothing else that you can see in the room except that closed door.
And I did check for secret doors around the
Yep.
the side. I didn't see any.
All right, Thief, there's a door to check.
Yep, I'm on it.
Percentile roll.
So I got 56.
And you are absolutely certain there are no traps on this door.
I'm certain.
I wish I had that kind of confidence.
Oh,
No, Ed, you're supposed to say no matter the roll, you're pretty sure there's no traps.
no, you're absolutely certain. You could be absolutely
Absolutely
mistaken,
wrong.
Right.
but you're
I told you.
absolutely certain.
Ed's favorite word is yes.
They haven't trapped the door yet, so perhaps they're well-trafficked areas. They don't really want to deal with traps when they're going in and out all the time, you know.
That's true.
I'm certain. It's okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, all right, Thorm.
Thorm finds himself pulling a ring handle that causes the door that he's pulling to open into the room he's standing in.
Okay.
And that leaves him staring into a dark room. And this dark room has a very faint whiff of mildew.
Oh,
Mm.
gross.
And
Fun.
with this is a fairly small room that you're in already, so the light sources that you are already carrying demonstrate to you that this room is 20 feet north-south, 30 feet east-west, and your door is in the westernmost 10 feet of its north wall. So 20 by 30 room. And in this room is a row of 6. Well, they look like ale kegs. They're kegs anyway. They're untapped. They're standing on their ends along the west wall. And facing them, ranged along the east wall, is a row of 6 wooden 3-legged stools.
Hmm. So, you gonna try it? The ale? beer, whatever's in the containers?
Well, we know there's no dwarves in the party, so the ale's safe.
Yeah, we're all human.
I don't think I'm that brave tonight.
Oh,
No, we
okay.
ain't gonna do that now.
I'll start doing a
No.
secret
Is there
doors
any
around the
exits to
edges.
this room?
The way you came in,
Oh,
nothing else visible.
So, kind of like a wine cellar? Or,
Yeah, without being any deeper than anywhere else, but you are, of course, underground.
yeah,
No wine, unless they could be wine in these kegs. You can't tell. They don't have any markings. They just look to you like the sort of kegs you see in the tavern.
Are they corked closed or would I have to crack one open?
You'd have to crack them. You'd have to like literally use tools. No spigot, just casks.
I rolled a 0
Okay.
for secret doors around the edges. Ed.
Oh, nice.
And you are fairly certain there are no secret doors here.
Then
So-
we backtrack, right?
I said it when we set off the daggers. There's obviously that room is preventing people from entering. We got to figure out a way to dispel it or something.
I think we could just walk around.
walk
them.
around it. Yeah.
Yep, you can walk
It's
around
not
it.
taking up the whole room.
No,
it's
don't
just a
grab the
10-foot
daggers.
center.
the,
Yeah.
the beggars. Yeah,
Oh shit! Well, I would
It
have
was-
said let's just
no.
go around the damn.
It was a
things.
trap for somebody who grabbed the dagger, then got enclosed in a 10-foot square, and they got
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
We were going to
Oh.
go past it, but then we discovered the throne secret doors, and
Yeah.
Right.
that's
So
what we
there's
did.
that too. But yeah, I'd say that's a good indication of where we need to go to, though. So,
So wind back around.
back to
I
the
agree.
dagger room.
One
I
last
will-
one last question before we leave this room where all the wine and the stools are. Does this stock look new?
yes.
Ah.
All of it. Stools, casks, kegs, rather. Yeah, everything looks new.
Okay.
Should we leave
How-
it untouched or just break it open?
Why? Just to be spiteful?
Well, yeah, we don't want to be feeding any evil guys here.
Well, look at this way, Jeff. If you're going to carry it out, it's a lot easier to carry a closed keg than an open one.
No, I know that, but I don't want to leave supplies for an evil faction that's been taking over Evening Star.
The whole point is he's about to kill him, so I mean we can take the alcohol with us when we're done.
That's true.
Supplies. No.
We should try to take one of them alive so we can get more than 2 questions out of them. But
Oh, all right.
I concur.
That's right.
Answer
So, yeah,
me,
we're
or
looking at
I'll-
you, Bralagar.
Yeah,
answer
yeah, I
me,
hear you.
or I'll drop this keg on your toes again. Okay, answer the next one, or it's your next toe.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna. I guess we go back out and
we go back.
yeah.
Where are
We're
you
back
going?
to the daggers.
Spinning
Okay.
daggers.
Okay, so you go back up the ramp, edge out behind the throne, down the dais, using the ramp that is the door. Go around to that door, open the door with the. It still has a cube, 10-foot cube in the center of the room with daggers whirling. They're endlessly whirling away, but you can walk all the way around it in the 10-foot outer ring, so to speak.
And,
I wonder
and
how
I
long
forgot-
before this resets.
Good question.
Sorry. Continue.
Not so far.
How many doorways did
Just-
we find in this room?
Just the one you came in by.
The daggers?
Yeah, there's only one doorway.
So it
Oh.
was the north. It was the north room that had the door
Oh,
exiting.
Mhm.
The
I misremembered.
west, right?
Did you guys even go in to search, or did you just observe the daggers and leave?
nobody
We didn't
went in.
search.
Nobody searched the room.
They wouldn't have it. We should leave search.
Yeah.
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 Search for magic. Search for secret doors, and just go around the room, make sure there's nothing else in here.
We're just
Yeah.
gonna
Bring
shut
the
the
edge
door
of
and let you
secret door.
guys, do your thing.
0-3 for secret doors around the edges.
Ah,
Nice.
you
Nothing.
find 2 secret doors.
No.
Whoa.
So
Nice
in the
job, Ildrim.
in the center of the west wall, directly across from the door you came in by, is a secret door that obviously goes into the corridor you just walked up.
Okay.
Hmm.
There's also a second secret door in the center of the south wall.
There's where we go.
The south wall.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
the
give it
money
a check. I got 26.
You're fairly certain there are no traps on this door.
Barely. I'm fairly certain. I haven't been wrong yet.
If my torch is running low, I light a new one. Shh, keep it fresh.
Okay. Yep. Are you opening the door?
I will secret the secret door.
The secret door.
Okay.
Unsecret.
This door opens into your room, the room you're already in, with a pull ring.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is obvious, because when you open the door, you're staring at a flight of stone steps going down, steeply down,
Hey,
10 feet
there's-
wide, 10
Okay.
feet wide, going down,
Spiral or straight?
straight.
All right, you go first.
All right.
Who's you? Thorm?
Wrong.
Is
Thorn. Yeah.
Thorm's going first? Is Thorm
Oh.
going first?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll go behind him.
Your turn.
Thorm, could I have a D20 roll, please?
Uh-oh.
What have you done?
I just suggested.
10.
Okay. Thorm, you are a veteran fighter. And you realize
Level 1?
that
Yes.
2/3 of the way down this stair, there's a trip step, meaning stairs go down, and 2/3 of the way down, there's a step that goes up, just one. So if you didn't know about it and didn't spot it and hurried down the stair, you'd go ass over tea kettle down the rest of the steps. But you noticed it, so you just sort of go, whoa, and you peer at it. It's solid stone. Or looks that be that way, so you like prod at it with your weapon. It is solid stone, so you just carefully step over it and go on down the stair. Are
And
you gonna-
hopefully warn the rest.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, are you gonna
Like you
warn
tell
him?
the rest of us, right?
Yeah, I would. The trick step here, that somebody should have caught, supposed to be doing the things.
Okay.
So this is a very steep flight of steps. So in terms of absolutely horizontal space, it only occupies 30 feet. Like if it didn't go down, if it was straight like a corridor, it would only extend south 30 feet from the room with the whirling daggers. And then it ends in a closed stone door at the bottom step.
Is there like a 10 by 10 section where we can stand, or is it just stairs right to the bottom of the door?
Stairs right to the bottom. You have to
Oh.
stand on the bottom step to play with this door.
So it opens away from us then.
Yes, it does.
All right. So I check, make sure no traps, no nothing.
Maybe listen against the door and see if you hear anything.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
Okay.
That's a good idea. Listen.
I will listen then. Do I still throw my percent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. 98.
Okay. You hear nothing.
Okay.
the
Okay,
speaker's
thanks.
clogged with earwax. You just can't hear anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I check and make sure there's no traps. No, nothing.
Percentile roll.
83.
You're certain there are no traps on this door.
Wondrous.
This time I'll open the door.
Okay. It
Oh.
opens away from you with a pull ring. It opens hinge to your right.
Nice.
La 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 la.